Merci, Mathieu. Yes, I kind of changed the topic of the presentation last minute because my organization was much faster than I was. And just last week, we introduced something completely new, a complete new platform, which is based on MENDIX. We call it Intelligence Center X. Today, I want to just briefly go about it. Because I want to talk about how you can build better applications much faster, embracing AI. That was the original topic. And MENDIX is still the platform where you can do it, right? But what I wanted to highlight today is that $2.5 trillion in investments in AI are made these days, 2026. And you all are potentially contributing to these kind of investments around the globe. You're all deploying ChatGPT, you're all deploying Copilot, you're using Claude Code in your organization, so you are all materializing these kind of investments or contributing to these kind of investments inside your organization. The question is, will these kind of investments ever reach the income statement of your organizations, or is that money just circling around your organization, building a pilot after a pilot after a pilot after a pilot, never reaching production, right? So that is kind of what we see at Siemens. And we say that the problem or the challenge you have is not your AI. The problem is that you deployed your AI without changing how the organization, how the workforce is operating it, is working with it, right? So that's the major problem. So what we see three major impacts why that is the case. First, you have data without context. So you are connecting your AI to your ERP, to your PLM system, to your SharePoint, to whatever. And you have all these kind of isolated data sources which aren't connected. Maybe you connect your ERP with your CRM system, but then you don't have the context, which is the second problem, that you don't have contextualized data. So the data sits in silos and is not really made to work together. Second, the intelligence that you are producing with it, you don't follow with the execution. So the AI is producing stuff, you're copying it, putting it somewhere else, and working with it. So the workflows you are implementing are not thought through, so you don't have end-to-end solutions established so far. So there still is a gap in that. And the third is that you have agents without governance. So if you ask your legal department if you should deploy an application that Claude Code developed for you, potentially the development side says, well, that's a great stuff, but your legal department says, we cannot find out who built what was the issue behind it, why did we need to build it, and what was being built. So the problem is in the maintenance afterwards, right? So you can put some figures behind it, which I can show you later. So our approach at Siemens is we are putting in, which is the completely new platform, Intelligence Center X, that I just talked about. We have a stepwise approach. So on the bottom we have your documents, your data sources, whatever you have in your organization, ERP, CRM, PLM, whatever. And we just have a knowledge graph that Siemens acquired from Altair 3 years back, which we have now integrated in this newly defined platform approach. So we have a knowledge graph that contextualizes your data inside your organization. On top of that, we have an intelligent modeling agent that is putting the intelligence to your data, right? On top of that, we have the agentic development, and on top of that, we have the process automation layer. So we have different layers inside that platform that helps you solve most of the problems that I was talking about in the very beginning. Right, so but today we want to talk about the agentic development, which is what we want to highlight also this afternoon in our demo session, where we will show you how you can build applications, how you can build software much, much faster than ever before, embracing your AI. So whatever you have in your organization, is it Claude Code, is it Copilot, you can use it inside our platform if you want to do so. We bring our own LLM, but you can use yours if you like. And that is what we want to talk about today. So let me briefly go through the figures. So 48% of developers now use AI coding tools. This is nothing new to you, I suppose so. So this reduces the time already that you put into the building process from weeks to hours, let's say, right? So you can build much, much faster your applications using AI. And 70% of the code suggestions that the AI makes are accepted by the developer, which also states that it's quite convenient to use these days, right? But what we see is that only if you take this initial development and the 60% is the ongoing maintenance of an application afterwards, from these 40%, only 20% of the time of a project goes into actual development of the application. So you optimize this, but you leave out behind this and this. And this is where you are losing a lot of time in deploying applications beforehand or afterwards. So our approach is, I will go over that slide due to time constraints. Our approach is that we have the full cycle, the portfolio cycle and the application building cycle within our platform, within MENDIX, right? So, and we have AI wherever you want to use it along the way, right? So we have an AI to use to generate user stories and requirement or to support you in doing so. We have a domain model generation AI. We have a logic recommender, best practices recommender, code explanation, which is fabulous for documentations afterwards. AI-assisted guidance and chatbots, and page generation. So along the cycle, we already have a lot of tools available that makes the whole cycle much, much faster to deploy in the end and to get into production. And we are working on much, much more. That's just what I wanted to highlight. So what I've just showed you is already live. We are working on a lot of additional AI support, let's say, functions inside the platform that you will be using in the very near future. So at present, development is going very, very fast, you might imagine. So every new month is coming, something new is coming. So this is our approach of what we see where MENDIX is going to and where we can support you and your organizations to deploy better software faster, right? But that's just theory. You might say, I don't believe it. It's not working. But I want to show you really, really quick. We have a demo this afternoon, but let me show you really, really quick. So we call this Maia. It's called MENDIX AI Assistant. And we divided it in Maia Plan for the planning part and Maia Make for the development of actual softwares. And what you can see here is, well, you create an app. That's starting here. You create an app, and then you start building an app with Maia. Then you just attach a file or a transcript of a session you had with the development or the functional department. You just integrate this in there. It's just a three-page document with some requirements that the use case should have. You just say, generate plan, and the AI is generating the full project scope. Like, what's the goal of the application? What's the success criteria? Who are the target users? What is the requirements for the application? And you can all edit it. So it's not fixed in the platform. You can edit it. You can say, oh, this is hallucination. We want to get rid of this. But we want to rewrite this or that. And you can all, in a governed structure, you can all modify this, right? So then in the end, you say, generate the solution. And it will automatically create user stories, epics and user stories. You might be familiar with these kind of terms. There you go. And you see up here that there's already some development agents supporting you along the way. So you won't organize this all by yourself. You get support by the agents inside the MENDIX platform who support you building this kind of application. So you get the epics. You see here different epics with user stories. You can all edit it, generate it, and in the end you have to admit it and so you say, this is what we want to have. So it's a governed proof step that says your legal department, this is what the functional department wanted to have built, right? So this is the compliance part. All right, so this is the planning that we have inside MENDIX that supports you in planning your use case. If we then go over to the development side, that's called Maia Make. It's still MENDIX AI Assistant, but it's the making part. And in Maia Make, we go into our development platform, which is called Studio Pro. It's a software that you can download on your computer that you can play along with. Then you start your project, you open it, and it directly connects to your project and pulls all the user stories that the AI just created inside your project, and you say, okay, generate the first 4 user stories. And as you can, sorry, where can I go back? Just says forward. There you go. Oh, sorry. So it starts generating, and on the right-hand side, you can see all what Maia is doing. So now the Maia is going to develop the application itself inside the MENDIX platform. You can always edit it. You can tell the AI what you want to have changed if there is something not working right. It generates the domain model. It generates the user pages. It generates the first microflows and maybe workflows. So this is all done with AI. And it's super fast. Right? So here you see some workflows, microflows that it's going to create. Sometimes there are some bugs, but the bug fixing is coming later. So in the end, you will get a deployable application that you can use. So think about it. From the planning part, you have one document, three pages document. And in the end, you can create an application, let's say, in more or less 2-3 hours if you want to be working on the full cycle. And in the afternoon, you can go back to your functional department and say, is this what you wanted? So think about it. Would that be beneficial to your organization? So how's the end result then looking like? So here we have our sample company. It's called Evora. And you can then log in either with your company login or with external login, whatever you want to build. And then you have different sites where you have potentially production facilities around the globe. You can integrate these in a kind of map view. There you have overall equipment efficiency. You can use 3D models. You can also connect your IoT data, the time series data that you have inside your application, make analysis of those. So, and in the end, you can also integrate an AI agent here and ask questions later on. So, for example, we had a use case that we just showed on the Hanover Fair this year, where the production site manager just goes into the application and asks the application, okay, we have a failure in this and that machine. Show me the potential impact on my supply chain, right? And this is super fast. And because you have then contextualized data that knows all the different interconnections between your data and the application, the results are very, very good, right? Okay, just as a quick introduction, we will show it to you this afternoon. So starting at 1:30, my colleague will present it to you live, what is possible. So if you have questions, ask the questions, all kind of questions you want to ask. So what I want to leave you thinking with is, so the gap isn't your AI, it's that you deployed your AI without enterprise context, without workflows, security. So you did not redesign these. Secondly, with our newly platform, Intelligence Center X, provides you the capabilities of safe app development with all the kind of capabilities that you need, like monitoring, testing, deployment, and stuff like that. And in the end, we have real customer outcomes. So we have real customers who are deploying these kind of platforms right now, which are saving millions in process costs, which are gaining speed very, very fast. And I always say this, but I'm in sales, I have to admit. Why are you not coming behind that, right? So don't be the laggard, be the first mover. We're here all day, and we're happy to discuss. Thank you.